week's episode of the WaveShow, we're heading to the tennis court. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jessica Failla. Hey Jess, how's it going?
It's going great. Thanks so much for having me.
First and foremost, I just want to dive into your summer. What has life been like for you recently during these weird times right now going on in the world?
Yeah, it's been really crazy. Normally I'm traveling so much for tennis, so it was super nice just to have a lot of time at home with family, and I'm super blessed. Both my parents played professional tennis, so it was great. I was able to practice with them on private courts when we were in lockdown. And then I also feel so thankful that tennis is such a safe sport that really allows for social distancing. So it's been so awesome. There's actually been so many tournaments going on, and the tournaments have been taking so many precautions, wearing masks, using different tennis balls and stuff. So I'm really glad that I've still been able to compete during this time.
You mentioned having worked out with your parents, which is pretty awesome. Not many people can say that they can get, the lessons from their family members. Talk about your mom and dad. You mentioned they were professional tennis players themselves.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. They're both on college tennis teams that were top 5 in the country. My dad got up to 200 in the world, my mom around 500. And it's crazy. They never really wanted me to play tennis because they know that it can be really intense at a high level. But I just saw how much that they love the game. And I've just always loved tennis so much and been so thankful that I've been able to follow in their footsteps.
Now, your tennis journey through collegiate athletics has been a little bit different in the sense that you're returning for your 6th season. Talk about how you've had this journey from starting at USC to now being at Pepperdine and returning in your 6th year.
Yeah, it's really been a roller coaster. There's been so many ups and downs. 2 years at USC, I was blessed to attend a wonderful university there. And then coming to Pepperdine, being so excited to work with Pear and have amazing teammates and be on a team top 10 in the country. And then suffering a severe back injury. I had 3 doctors tell me I would never play tennis again. I was in so much pain. It was one of the toughest times of my life, and just being able to get from that and God helping me so much with that time and being able to come back, and then having a year that I played, and I was a senior, but it was my first year playing for Pepperdine. So it was kind of weird. I was new, but also a senior. And then this last year, getting to work on a master's and have another year, I was so thankful that Pepperdine offered for me to come back for my 5th year, and then everything hitting with the virus and now having the opportunity to come back again. It's really been a roller coaster, but I've just been so thankful with all the opportunities that Pepperdine has offered me, and I just love it so much there.
You obviously had the decision to make whether or not you were going to come back to Pepperdine, and you did, and we're so happy to have you back. Did Coach Pear and your teammates play a big role into that?
Yeah, they really did. And it's crazy because I had the same decision to make with coming back for my 5th year because, I'd already graduated, and the university obviously had the same decision to ask whether or not they wanted me to come back. So I'm really thankful that both years that they've offered for me to come back. And it's just, Pepperdine's such an amazing place to train. It's so amazing tennis-wise. It's so amazing academically, and spiritually, it's also so amazing. Being a Christian myself and having so many amazing Christian groups and organizations on campus, I would say with all 3 of those factors, it really made sense for me to always choose to come back.
One thing I've realized over the years of being at Pepperdine is Coach Pear is the goofiest coach out there. Can you talk about your relationship with him? What's it like being coached under him?
Yeah, Pear is a great coach. He's always making jokes. He's a really funny guy. And then on the court, he's really tough, really intense. And I think the main thing that I like about Pear is that he always wants us to work so hard. And even though in the moment it might seem so tough, it's really so rewarding. And he's really helped me, even improve my work ethic and push myself more. And at the end of the day, I think that's why I love tennis and I love being an athlete so much, because you're able to push yourself so hard and really see how much you can improve when you do that.
Walk us through the roster that's going to be on the team next year. You're coming back. We've got a few other girls that will be returning, newcomers and returners. Can you walk us through that roster?
Yeah, I think obviously Ashley was the best player in college tennis last year. Having her come back is so amazing. She's also such a great person to be around. So having her come back, and then Astrid and Lisa came in as freshmen. They're like so mature. Like we were thought they were juniors and seniors already last year. They're just so awesome. So getting them to come back again is just unbelievable. And then Nastu, like she's such an amazing person, and we've gotten the opportunity to play a lot of doubles together, which has been awesome. So getting her back too is unbelievable. And then I think what's so amazing is we pretty much have our whole roster returning. We were like around 10 in the country last year, and now we have four unbelievable players coming in. Shiori, she's was top 10 in the country individually at Ohio State. Lexi was like top in the country playing for Texas. And then we have two really good freshmen coming in. So I'm so excited with all the amazing girls that I know that are returning, but I'm also so excited because I know these girls that are coming in and they're amazing people and they're already unbelievable tennis players.
One thing that I've noticed on both the men's and women's sides of tennis is that you guys have girls from all walks of life, international teams, which I think is awesome. How much do you learn from your teammates from all these different countries?
I learned so much. Honestly, I think that's probably my favorite part about our team is that you have girls from all different countries, and everyone, you know, has different things that they do. And like a lot of us were raised differently culturally. And it's like we're all able to come together over the common goal of being good in tennis. And I think so many times in college sports, teammates can be so judgmental of one another and get into all this cliquey stuff. And like our team's not like that at all. Like honestly, everyone just wants the best for each other, supporting each other, and like we're learning from each other on a day-to-day basis. So just being around this group of girls, I think that's one of the most amazing parts of it all.
What are you looking forward to most this season once tennis gets back up and running again in Malibu?
I think I'm just really looking forward to just being together with all my teammates and the coaching staff and just being at Pepperdine all together. I've been able to stay in touch with a lot of my teammates, but there's literally not an hour in the day that like everyone on the team is awake because we have people from Asia, people from Europe, people from South America. So like with the time change, it's still like really hard to all talk and be together. So I think just all being able to be together, be back training and competing, it's just going to be more special than ever.
Awesome. Now, Jess, aside from you being a tennis player, I'd like to dive into some things that maybe we don't know about you outside of the sport. What are some things that we don't know about you?
Um, Probably I actually really love school. I know that sounds really boring, but I did my master's in dispute resolution through the law school at Pepperdine this last year, and then I'm about to begin my master's in legal studies. So I really like studying a lot, and I guess other than that, I just like spending a lot of time with my family. My family is like really important to me. That's always been a really big reason why I've chosen to like stay for college in California. And then I guess I'm just like really involved with my church and love spending time with people there.
What do you want to do with those degrees? You mentioned the law school at Pepperdine and legal studies. I'd like to just know about what your dream job would be after tennis.
Yeah, well, I definitely want to try and play pro tennis when I finish school. And then I'm not totally sure. It's kind of crazy. Like at this point, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm getting two masters through the law school. Like I should have just done law school, you know? Obviously, I didn't know I would have these opportunities to come back for so many years, but I'm not totally sure. I think the degrees that I'm getting are like pretty broad, so it could help me with a lot of different things. But I think one thing I've thought about is I definitely would like to maybe work for a nonprofit organization, like in other countries, like helping kids. And I think there's a lot of great Christian organizations that do that, like World Vision or Compassion International. So that's something that's always been on my heart. And I'm not totally sure how that will play into everything I do in my life, but that's something I'd really like to do in the future.
Awesome. Now, last question for you as you get ready to enter your final season at Pepperdine. What are some of the goals that you've set for yourself, and what are the standards that you have heading into your final season?
Yeah, I think the main thing for me is just like I want to be the best player like individually that I can be. Like it's always my goal to like be the best player in college tennis, you know, and that's a super high goal. And then also like to be the best team player that I can be, and to also like learn to bring my teammates up and not just focus on myself, and like have a good balance between that. And then I think more specifically, like I've really been working on focusing on like a lot of doubles and stuff. I definitely think I can improve in doubles for this next year. So I think that could be good. And then I think just overarching goal, like at the end of the day, is just to compete my hardest and always do my best to glorify God in everything I do.
Well, thank you so much, Jess, for your time. It was so nice to see you. I know you're in San Diego with family. Continue to stay safe, and hopefully next time we can see each other in Malibu.
Yes, thanks so much, Olivia.
Waves. Meal prepping has become a popular way to stay on track with your nutrition goals. Enjoy fresh, delicious, and affordable healthy food made just for you. Visit eatnakedla.com to get started today.